animated stuff is also good on its own, and very, very good. I love it. I love the characters. I love the development. I love the way they tell the stories. It makes me laugh and cry and breaks my heart, and it makes me feel stuff every time. That's not always the case for live action.
It's for us canon nerds that want the story filled out, that have the patience to invest, and not everybody has that. And yes, those other properties then are not as juicy on their own. They ask more questions than they answer. You know, the animation is the answer to the questions posed in those other properties. We've had that conversation so many times before I came to the dark side of animation of like, man, I don't want to feel forced to consume all this other stuff, which is kind of the issue you're bringing up. I think that might be a different conversation for another day of like, what is truly missing from those movies or from those series that would make them more complete on their own? But I feel like the revelation I've had today is that that's not the point of them to be complete on their own. Again, question and answer, call and response. It's like poetry.
I'm more starting to think that you should watch the animation and then watch the live action to fill in what has happened in the animation, because the animation is better. I'm really getting sick of the conversation being, why should I need to watch animated stuff? Oh, I don't want to watch animation. Well, then you're missing out, because it's phenomenal. And also it's very easy to watch. 15-minute episodes, 20-minute episodes, maybe a few seasons. The Clone Wars is 7 seasons. It's so much. No, it's 7 seasons because it was so good. Things that last long because they're good. If it was crappy, you wouldn't be satisfied watching it. But it was really good, so it was 7 seasons long. So don't be afraid to watch something because it's long. Be hyped to watch something because it's long. Because it left and they brought it back because it was so good. Rebels is 4 seasons long. It's good every step of the way. Bad Batch is 3 seasons long. It's pretty good almost every step of the way. I'm putting a lot of asterisks on the Bad Batch, but it's currently, recency bias or not, my favorite Star Wars property. So go watch the animation. It exists in length because it is good, and it will help you appreciate the world more. If you don't care, that's fine. If we're at a party and you say, well, I don't want to watch, why should I have to watch the animation? You don't have to watch it. But if you want to enjoy yourself, and if you want to enjoy Star Wars, you can watch the animation and have a great time and have your heart ripped out, or have your heart swell, or cry, or laugh. It's going to make you feel things. And the end. It's great. I love it. I love animation.
Yeah, you will be rewarded for diving into it, even if you're adverse to it because of the length, because it's a cartoon, because it looks funny in the early years, or whatever judging by the book you've done to the property, you will soon forget about because of the story that exists within it, the characters that exist in it, the further world building that exists. Joey, I love your enthusiasm. You had already convinced me a year or so ago, so
I won.
Yeah, you won. I'm sure everyone that has listened to this far in the podcast is already on board with us. But I think the key is that we have to continue pushing this ethos out into the world, bringing people into the animation realm and merging them together, because there's no sense to beat up on somehow Palpatine returned if then you don't dive into Bad Batch, because it fills that in and it's great.